So these are my thoughts on the vek3d Wolverine cowl file. This is version 1. Version 2 has a different mask where these right here have different eye sockets. One were open, more matte, and you can pop them in and out with magnets. I didn't think I was going to have enough space for those in this mask, or how comfortable that was, so I printed this one. The second one also has a connector piece that goes all the way around the bottom. Uh, Usually those, because it's not a flex material, tend to choke, so I went with this version here over the other one. Now the other one does have some nice features to it, but I like this one a little bit better. Fit wise, fits really good. Okay, as you can see, I'm moving my head around. It doesn't look like it's wobbling. These are magnetic, so they have the ability to wobble a little bit and stretch, allowing your jaw to move, legs, do all these kind of things like that. And this doesn't separate. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart. I don't feel like I'm gonna drop a piece at any minute. The vek3d file is a nice file, but due to this nose being a little narrower and the cheeks being a little more defined, they tend to push into this area of my skin. These right here are fine. The other ones, I like them a little bit better. They come out over here. They make me feel more, I guess, like Batman or comic-y. But these are starting to grow on me, right? And padding wise, I did pad it. So I put 2mm foam. That's like this thick, right? And it goes from here to about here, following this line here and this line here. And so it keeps it pressed in here. But I also added one piece of foam, or two pieces of foam actually, one that goes from bridge to bridge and then one down the middle to go like right about here. And so what that does is it gives about 4mm of distance from my forehead to this mask, giving me a lot more space between the eyes and my eyes, and also a little more clearance around the nose and cheeks, so I can move a little bit better and not feel like the mask is gonna pop off or separate at the edges or anything like that. The magnets that go from here to here and here to here, they hold on really well. I'm using 7mm by 2mm for these, which are pretty good. The 8 by 2mm probably would have fit perfectly if I had like something to press them into the areas, because they were snug and I couldn't really get them in. But I think those would be the key to having even a stronger locking mechanism. But from what I'm using right now, they're pretty good. Okay, let me go over anything else on this mask. Eye wise, they sit pretty close as long as you have this measured out properly. Yeah, it looks like it's about the same size as my head. I lucked out. No, I must have a common size head, because at 100% scale, this is what the default scaling was for me, and how it came out. I usually have an idea how big a print's gonna be based off of where it sits in the middle of my 3D printer for the FDM, because it has a grid bottom, and I know my head is about 7 inches wide, a little less than that, so I can tell that it's wide enough. And usually if it's wide enough, sometimes it'll fit. The areas that change are these domes, right? So the other file, I believe the vek3d file, the dome is much rounder back here and up here, so I had to use the same 2mm foam here and here. I didn't put any up in the front which I should technically, and it would push my face back, but I already have problems with it popping off, and I didn't want any more reasons for it to pop off from the edge there. Okay, well, that's pretty much my take on this file and the Do3D file. This is the vek3d file. You can find it on his well, he has a website that he shares with a couple other artists, but if you reach out to him on his Instagram, which is vek3d, he can send you the link to all his files. He has some pretty nice ones, Daredevil, Wolverine, a couple of Wolverine ones, and even the X23 modified version, which is a little more angular, smaller. It looks cool. What else? Oh, or you can find it on Etsy. The Etsy, he doesn't sell this file there. He has some other ones, but there is a guy that sells these fully printed and painted for like $230, and I think $100 and something for it without paint. Just magnets and ready to, you need a sander to get it ready, you know, kind of thing. So it's up to y'all how you want to go. I personally like, excuse me, I personally like buying 3D files and printing them out. And the way I like to sell my work is, if you like the file, I usually rebuy the file from the artist 90% of the time, unless on the thing they give me full rights to sell, but that's rare. So basically, purchase of one of these would mean I'd go buy the file again, and that is to support them. As an artist myself, I would appreciate people buying my stuff before printing it, which I don't really have anything like that, you know. But if I did, you know, same thing. Same with my illustrations and stuff like that. I don't mind people copying and putting them on their phone or something, but if they copy it and then put it on a t-shirt and sell the shirt, it's kind of lame. But if you bought the file from me and put it on a shirt, I'm not gonna fight that. I mean, you at least contributed to my well-being at that point. So that's how I take it for these 3D models as well. You know, each one of these artists spent anywhere from 10 to 12, 17 hours building the model, so I would want to make sure that each one of them gets their compensation. Yeah. But if you like my work, yeah, always reach out, see what you want, and maybe I can make it for you. Alright guys, also, if you like my content, please drop a comment, a like, and a share. It would help out a lot, help me grow. My goal is to get to 1,000 people. I'd like to be able to do some live videos, some drawing tutorials, maybe hangouts, or working on a project like this. Might have a Mando suit building for someone soon, which will be a fun revisiting of these files, and then some updating on the lake files. There's a new one that I got, a little more screen accurate than the one I had prior. So, you know, this gentleman might really end up liking his suit. I do a really good chrome. You know, it took 3 years of experimentations to get it right, working with non-expensive paints. So, yeah, and you know, of course, weathering like this looks pretty cool. Alright guys, that's a pretty long video. It's almost 10 minutes, so appreciate the time y'all spent with me. Take care and have a good day.